Ramadan is the name of the month given to a certain period of time during the year where Muslims do not eat, drink, and do not do certain acts prohibited by Allah. Fasting is done during this month. Just as fasting became obligatory for the ummah of other prophets, it also became the same as told in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 183. O believers, fasting is prescribed for you, as it was for those before you, so perhaps you may be mindful of Allah. Many different forms of worship are performed during Ramadan. One of these worships is Sadaka. Allah states in the Surah Al-Hadid verse 18, "Indeed, those men and women who give in charity and lend to Allah a good loan will have it multiplied for them, and they will have an honourable reward." This verse tells about the virtue of charity. The Qur'an encourages helping people in many verses. Allah loves generous people and promises them countless blessings. Our Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith, "The shade of a Muslim on the Day of Judgment is the charity he gave." In another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, "When a human being dies, his deeds are stopped, except for three things. Sadaka, that is a deed whose benefit always continues, knowledge that is benefited from, and a good child who prays for him." He talked about the virtue of Sadaka. Charity in this hadith means the Arabic word zakat, which is obligatory for Muslims. For this reason, it is considered better and recommended to give zakat in the month of Ramadan. Why is Sadaka, zakat and other aids given more in Ramadan? Because the blessed month of Ramadan is very honourable. Worship performed as extra in this month involves so many rewards that it competes with the obligatory prayers performed in other months. An obligatory worship made in this month is much higher in value than if it were made in another month. The sins of a person who gives iftar to a fasting person in this month will be forgiven and he will be freed from hell. As much as the reward of that fasting person, it is also given for the person who gives the iftar. In this month, chiefs who lighten the work of those under his command and make it easier for them are also forgiven and freed from hell. In the month of Ramadan, our Prophet ﷺ would free captives and give them what they wanted. Those who worship and do good deeds in this month will not be able to do the same works all year. It happens once. The Sadaka, which is special for Ramadan, is called Sadaka-i-Fitr. It is given to poor Muslims who are not dependent on a person. A Muslim is obliged to take care of some people like his wife, children, grandchildren, and their kids, parents, grandkids, and so on. Sadaqah is not given to these people. Sadaqah is not given to the rich, that is the person who has enough property surpassing his basic needs. By giving the Sadaqah-i-Fitr before the Eid prayer, we ensure that the needy get their needs for Eid. Thus we ensure that their Eid becomes more joyful. Our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ proclaimed the virtue of having iftar for a fasting person like this. Whoever gives iftar to a fasting person will receive as much reward as the fasting one. Nothing will decrease from the fasting person's reward. The Prophet ﷺ used to visit the poor frequently in Ramadan, meet their needs, and recommended this to his ummah. It will be easier to cross the Sirat bridge for those who make a guest break their fast in Ramadan. He would lead the way for the salvation of his ummah. In another hadith, our Prophet ﷺ said, "If a person gives iftar to a fasting person in this month, his sins will be forgiven. He will be given as much reward as that fasting person." Some of the companions said that they were not rich enough to have a person for iftar. The Prophet replied to them, "This reward is given to those who give iftar with a date, break the fast with only water, or offer some milk." Allah rewards every sadaqah no matter its value, be it small or big, and He does not turn away any request for help. The reward of the rich and the poor are equal. The Prophet ﷺ would invite people to iftar. He would go wherever he was invited. He considered it arrogant to prefer the invitation of the rich to the invitation of the poor. He also regarded visiting the poor as a sign of humility. He cared about responding to the invitation, people getting closer to each other and being brothers, and having the rich and the poor at the same table. The reward of feeding the poor is different from the reward of breaking the fast. When our Prophet ﷺ said, "Whoever invites a fasting person and offers him even water in the month of Ramadan will be as sinless as the day he was born." The companions asked, "Even while water is scarce and precious?" He replied to them, "No, even if he is by the river, he gets the same reward even if he takes a glass of water from the river and gives it to him." As you can see, getting water from the river is free. The important thing here is to make the fasting person have iftar. It can be with water, or it can be with dates, or it can be with olives. If food is given, more rewards are gained. In short, in order to help people and meet their needs in Ramadan, one can give cash aid, such as Sadaka, Zakat and Fitra. We can make Ramadan blessed for poor people by preparing aid boxes. We can cheer their tables by serving various foods and drinks. As the Prophet did, we can invite people to have iftar, fill their bellies, meet their needs and earn rewards for them. May we reach the blessings of Ramadan and make the most of it. Have a blessed and fruitful Ramadan.